Believe me, never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to and what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought.
I can tell you that 7 years after Freddie Gray, that was 2015, spring, April, May. This is 2022. Communities like Sandtown, all we saw then and now in terms of investment was a renovated Western District Police Station and a new funeral home. That's what West Baltimore got. A new police station and a new funeral home. What kind of optics are they? Was Freddie Gray any different than 1968 Baltimore riots? Dr. King's passing, killing, murder? This is the same?
No, it wasn't. I mean, I think, well, first of all, people who are being violent and burning, that's, you know, all that's the same. But the point is what was the cause and what were they attempting to register?
I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns.
I love you.
They deserve it now. It's
Got next. And I'll be up.
It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they don't let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking
First name's Donnie, last name's Glover. In it to win it for the long haul, baby. All right. 9/22/22. 9/22/2022. That's a lot of twos. 5 twos. I don't play numbers. But if I did, that looked like a number. 92222. All right. Hope you've been, make sure you like, subscribe, and share our broadcast, if you will. Many thank you to our sponsors who make this happen. Let's go through some housekeeping tips, some bullets. We have 2 websites, bemorenews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. We also have blackusa.news. A couple of tidbits on Be More News I wanted to share with you. On October the 1st, the PLSW Foundation, that's named after Portia LaVon Stokes Williams, they'll be having a fundraiser down at the place, 315 West Franklin Street. And their goal is to raise books for Thomas Jefferson Elementary and Middle School. Go to bemorenews.com for more details. Over at Associated Black Charities, we shared something from them yesterday that I found interesting. Associated Black Charities has the Volunteer Career Mentoring Program. Associated Black Charities has the Volunteer Career Mentoring Program, and it's designed to meet the needs of low-wage workers of color. So do check out that detail. Associated Black Charities, they've been around Since the days of Willie Adams. My very dear Cancerian friend, Kiana Graham, she's performing tomorrow night down at Next Phase for Soulful Fridays. So make sure you go to the website to check out those details. Kiana Graham, she's performed for us on a few special occasions. Julian Jones, that's the black councilman who happens to be chair of the Baltimore Council, or the Baltimore County Council. He announced his regional picnic. Hadn't heard the word picnic used in a minute. I had to go look it up because there are those of us that associate the word picnic with an era of time when they were picking black people. You know, pick a nick. If you look up the word, they'll tell you it has 17th century France etymological roots. Still don't stop black people from thinking what they're thinking. Folks would get together, go out on a blanket, and pull out a picnic basket, and the activity du jour was selecting enslaved Africans. It's kind of hard to erase that from the brain banks of a lot of us Afrocentric students and or scholars. Good morning. Floyd Wright, ain't heard from you. Gotta get an update on how your book is doing, Floyd Wright. My main man, Charles Wiley from Moreland Avenue. Some of the greatest minds in town come from Moreland Avenue. Listen, we had a guest scheduled, and she's a regular. I talked to her this morning, and I think she forgot. But we're going to give her a pass. And immediately following is the brothers from KIOBA. So let me give you a couple more tidbits. Also on blackusa.news, that's our website devoted to the streaming phenomena that's taken over the world. Got a couple of tidbits on blackusa.news that you want to check out. If you're in Atlanta, and this is from our dear friend Cynthia Boykin, September 23rd, tomorrow. And what's that, Saturday? Tomorrow and Saturday at the Lauderville Conference Center. Now, I personally never heard of Lauderville. I lived in Atlanta, but I've never heard of Lauderville. But they have a conference there at Lauderville Conference Center. And Cynthia Boykin wants everybody to know. Cynthia Boykin, of course, runs What You Need Is out of Chicago. And she's been one of the greatest strategic partners a small business like mine could ever have. Yeah, so I guess that's about it for now. So since my initial guest didn't show up, we're going to go straight on to the jugular. Hey, Gerard. You weren't expecting to come on this soon, huh?
I wasn't. I was trying to get Renny on. I was sending him the link now.
Oh, I emailed it to him last night. He got it. So tell us about yourself, Gerard. Who are you?
So I'm a KIOBA member in charge of the labor force. And through KIOBA, I was able to start an insurance business. So now I'm doing businesses on farmers insurance, as well as some other special innuendos, as they say, with the insurance business.
Where you from, Gerard?
Entrepreneur, father, 5. Say it again.
Where you from?
Well, I'm originally from Lynchburg, Virginia, but I've been in Baltimore since '89, so I've been adopted by the city, so to speak. No,
Huh?
but I can eat one. I can't make one,
Oh,
but I can eat one.
okay. Who got the best crab cakes in Baltimore?
You know what? It's a spot
Oh man, this
called
is a pop
Katie's. I like that
quiz,
crab cake.
man. Huh?
I like Poppy's crab cake egg rolls.
Oh,
No.
Papa's? Are you talking
Yeah,
about the
or
Greek
Poppy's
restaurant
Cuisine.
Papa? Huh?
No, I think it's like an urban Creole soul food spot downtown. Poppy Cuisine.
Oh,
It's on Wells
Poppy.
Street.
I have heard about it. I can
Right,
also
right.
about. How is it? How's their crab cake?
It's pretty good. It's pretty good. And it's a guy here. Got 1137 seafood spot. Got a pretty good crab cake egg roll too.
Crab cake egg roll. That sounds pretty
Yeah.
creative. Okay. So how did you learn about KIOBA, Gerard?
Well, myself and Renny, we had some other business ventures trying to do the real estate with other groups in the past. And I guess through trial and error, like any entrepreneur, sometimes you try different things and see what works. And we came down with a format that we felt that works, that brothers understood, and it took a time for everybody to feed into creating the operating agreement and all the wheels that make the business turn. So it took some time, but I mean, at the end of the day, I feel like it's successful. It's just the levels of success that you're trying to go to takes a certain amount of effort and a learning curve that you got to be able to learn on the curve. You know what I mean? If that makes sense.
Gerard, what happens when people see a group of black men who are focused on a singular project? Have you ever been with the brothers and you see some people come by, they just look at you and wonder what is going on because they know it's no foolishness. What do people think when they see a group of black men singularly focused, in your experience?
Well, the media response that I've seen is people embrace it. They love to see it. Mainly because they see it's no foolishness. We've had a couple of gatherings at our first property, and the neighborhood embraced us, and they seen what we were trying to do. But you're always gonna have other peoples who don't like what you're trying to do because you're trying to do something positive or constructive, right? But the immediate response that we see, people tend to like what we're doing.
Is Omari Latif coming on the show? Because he's covered his face. I can't. You coming on, Omari?
Yes, good morning, Keith.
Okay.
How's everybody today?
I'm going to need you to keep that camera
Pretty
still
good.
because you ain't going to make me dizzy this morning. You got to let it go.
Oh, yeah.
Not like the hair situation. You got to let it go.
Yeah.
What? Is there any way you can hold that camera still? It's like CNN, Papa. You making us dizzy. There you go.
Is that better?
How did you hear about KIOBA?
I heard about KIOBA from one of the members in KIOBA. You know, it was very exciting. Very
We got to keep that camera still. I want you to get that situated. Okay, we will come back to him. Omari, tell me a little bit more.
I think he dropped off because he's trying to get his camera situated.
Yeah, well, we gonna wait till he get the camera situated. Okay, so you carry on about your experience with KIOBA. I'm coming on
now. Okay, I'm sorry. So what did you say you wanted to know more about the KIOBA?
Mm-hmm.
So ideally, right now we have about 30 members.
Yeah, I get you some glasses too. Okay, 30 members.
We have about 30 members strong. We ending the first cycle, which will be December. We starting up a new cycle.
And so you go around and you buy properties together?
Yeah. So the idea is to what they call group economics. So we buying the properties together. As a group, we learning how to rehab the houses. So the first 4 or 5 properties take the longest time, but once you got a format down, once you have a system in place, it tends to run a lot faster and a lot more effectively and smoother.
How
Right
much
now,
does
we
it
have
cost to
about
join
4
KIOBA?
properties, and
How much does it cost to join
in
KIOBA?
totality, it's about 10,000.
Okay, we're gonna
But it's
bring in the
broken
boss
down
man.
in payments.
Hey, Renny. Okay, we gotta unmute you, Renny. You just jump on.
My nephew just told me that, man. He told me to unmute myself first. Peace and love, family. How you doing? Assalamu alaikum, Maki.
Wa alaikum salam. Now, Renny, I'm gonna need you to stay still. Any way you can turn that camera, you got direct sunlight behind you. We gotta get you cats immediate check. Yeah, you don't want that direct sunlight. There we go. See, that normalizes it. There you go.
I like natural light, man. I like natural light. You know what I'm saying? I grew up in the projects.
Okay, with this television. Okay, so Renny Bass, you're no stranger to these airwaves. Matter of fact, you don't even need me. What's up with KIOBA, Renny? And I'll sit back and watch the rest of the show. You can run.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what's up with KIOBA, man. First of all, peace and love, family. Baltimore. KIOBA is a gift to Baltimore. As G said, we 30 members strong now, but we are growing. We have a bunch of people that's interested in joining the next cohort. KIOBA is a brotherhood. It's more than just a business. It's basically a brotherhood. And what we do is we run our business based off the brotherhood. So sometimes we are a Rolex watch, and sometimes we're a Timex. And we take a licking, but we keep on ticking. So the thing about KIOBA is to understand the opportunity is up to us. We created a platform that we made, and now it's up to us where we go, how we grow. You know, how many times have you heard people say, if I can just have an opportunity, if I just get an opportunity? Well, we created an opportunity for ourselves. Now it's up to us where we take it to. We can scale this up as big as we wanted to, or down as small as we wanted to. And that's the biggest thing about KIOBA is it gives us the room to grow as we want to grow and how we want to grow.
Okay. Now, Renny, how much does it cost to join KIOBA?
Well, when we first started 4 years ago, it was $500 as a down payment, and it's $55 a week per person. More importantly than the money, it was 10 hours a week committed to your best 10 hours. Because it's a
500 a month, 500 down,
500 down,
55 a week,
55 a week collectively, right? So that's $220 a month.
Oh, not me alone, 55.
Yeah, you alone, $55 a week yourself, each individual member.
Well, that's a hell of a. What's the return on my investment?
It's up to you. That's the crazy part. It's up to us what's our return on our investment. We are all owners. You're not giving us nothing. You're not investing with us. We are all owners of KIOBA. So there's no return on your investment. You can work this up to our real estate. Look like we're going to surpass $1 million real soon. So the return on investment is up to us. We work real hard. Our return could be $3 million. It could be $10 million. It's up to us.
Well, y'all got like a junior KIOBA or something.
No, ain't no such thing as a junior KIOBA. It's $55 a week. If you're not ready for that, man, you got to get yourself ready. You know what I'm saying? Investment, if you're investing in your future, anything less than $55 a week, man, you're joking yourself. Even
where did you get that number from?
Well, it's $200 a month. And collectively for $100, 100 men, it would have been $20,000 a month. $50,000 down as a down payment. And then we don't need the bank. So for us to operate and self-fund ourselves, we have to fund ourselves. You know what I'm saying? And that's a key. That's a key to any business strategy. You gotta have some money, man. You know, and now we have created opportunities in KIOBA where you can get a job, and you can work and make money to pay your bills in KIOBA.
Okay, Renny, I jumped the gun a little bit, somewhat. My 9 o'clock guest has shown up. Her name is Tasemere, and I may have introduced you before. Taz,
I think so,
wants to announce her upcoming project. So Taz, you got the floor. Matter of fact, you can go ahead and host for a minute. And I can sip on some coffee. But she's my baby sister, Renny, up in Harlem. She helps us run the Black Wall Streets up in Harlem.
I think I met her when we was up in Harlem.
Yes.
Yes, absolutely. How you doing, sis?
Well, I'm learning a lot about you guys' project, taking some notes. I might have some questions later on too.
Absolutely.
So we are coming to Baltimore on October 4th.
Don't you like how New York said, "I'm coming to Baltimore"?
Yes, it's the gold mine, man. Gold rush here. Baltimore's the gold rush.
We're coming to Baltimore on October 4th to do the brunch pitch. Now, the brunch pitch is a pitch competition for Black entrepreneurs. And it is designed for you to be able to come and pitch your business in front of a panel of judges for feedback, but also there are some prizes that you win for first place. And so we've done this a few times here in the tri-state area. It has been a big success. So now we are moving outside of the tri-state area, and the first stop is Baltimore.
Sounds good. I'm into it. What date is that?
October 4th.
October the 4th. Sounds good. That sounds good. Put that on the calendar.
Yes, at Darker Than Blue Grill from 6 to 8.
Yes, Harford Road. The Harford Road.
It's on Charles Street, I believe.
Oh, Charles Street. Okay. Don, you gotta get send that information out to us.
So tell me some more about you guys' project.
Do you want to take?
I was learning. I was listening to the $55 a week. You guys have a portfolio.
Yes.
Almost $1 million. How did you guys go about getting the first property?
Well, we took about 18, 19 months before we bought the first property. We just built a platform first. So we concentrated on building a platform. We concentrated on sustainability. And I like to look at it that we started digging down deep first. A lot of people want people to see what they're doing. So they're eager to get out and about so people can see what they're doing. It was more important for us to set a foundation for us to operate off of. Assalamu alaikum, Omar.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Yeah, so that was what was important to us as a group collectively. And everything we do, we vote on. So there's no big I, little you in KIOBAs. We all equal partners. We all owners of KIOBA. So more important than us just doing business with each other, we're teaching each other. We're learning how to be business owners. Some of us have never owned businesses before. Some of us have been owning business, for decades. So the mixture and the combination of experience and inexperience and youth and age and knowledge is like a team, but it's a brotherhood. That's most important. It's the brotherhood. And we focus and we stay focused on the brotherhood, everything else will fall into place.
So do you guys do bonding activities outside of the business pursuits that you have?
We do. Just yesterday, me and a few brothers had brunch together. But we do bowling experience. We've been out bowling. We've been out different events, different engagement parties somebody give, and different places that one person have and we all show up to. So yeah, we definitely do that. Or we try to. I wouldn't say all of us at the same time, but a group of guys will come out and support.
How do you join? What does the joining process look like?
Well, first and foremost, you have to be a Black male at this point, and you have to live in the resident of Baltimore. We starting where the need is urgent. We got aspiration to do greater things beyond.
Tell him, Tasemere, that sounds real sexist.
Yeah.
Well, I think that men need their spaces. I think that Black men have some unique challenges sometimes that they have to face, and they need to rely on each other. I'm okay with that. I love the fact that he said Black, because people try to wrap us up in that minority crap all the time. So I'm loving the fact that it's Black.
So let me help you out with that. Renny, from an international perspective, tell me about your business.
My business, internationally? Is that what you said?
Yeah, do you do business just in Baltimore?
Well, me myself personally, I do business internationally, but KIOBA right now, we're concentrating in Baltimore. We got aspirations of moving across the states and then across the world. But, you know, we need to concentrate and do what we need to do here first in Baltimore and build this up.
Okay, come on in, Omari. Tell us about your experiences with KIOBA.
Good morning. Good morning. My name is Omari Latif. So far, I have had an excellent experience with KIOBA. It's all about the brotherhood. You know, as Renny mentioned, this is 100% Black men's group, and this has never been done before at this level. We have acquired several properties within the inner cities of Baltimore, and everyone knows driving up and down North Avenue or West Baltimore, it needs a lot of help. It's a lot of vacant houses, a lot of buildings, and it's all about ownership. You know, we're not only getting these houses and bringing them up, we're bringing the community up and selling people houses with equity and giving our people something that can build generational wealth and hold on to for a lifetime. Me, myself, I am the realtor in KIOBA, and I didn't have a real estate license when we first came about. You know, each brothers have special skills. I'm also on the marketing team for KIOBA. There's several different entities in KIOBA with the finance committee, the marketing committee, the construction committee. We have a logistics committee. So we are we're very in tune. We meet weekly in person and on Zoom. So it's really no excuse. You know, we're hitting the ground running, and we are doing this without any assistance from the city, from any help, from any outside funding or anything like that. And I encourage everyone to join KIOBA because it's for yourself. You know, it's for your families. And the standard of our houses, we are looking to we call it the KIOBA standard. And what that is we're going to make sure these houses are equipped with all of the necessities, everything with everyone needs, and it's just been a great experience so far.
Do you take non-Muslims?
Yes.
It's just ironic that we all Muslim on the panel this morning, but we do. We have Muslims.
So I want to know, hold up,
Christians.
if you got the KIOBA meeting going on and the cat pull out a ham sandwich, is he going to get his wig split?
If he offer it to me, he might, but no, he won't. You know what I'm saying? You live and let live. You know what I'm saying? We have as Muslims, we have our standard of life that we're going to live and we're going to adhere to. You know, and we're going to take that standard of life, we're going to inject it into the world. With KIOBA and anything else that we're doing, we're going to still stay strong to our belief and our core beliefs of Islam.
Okay, here's the other thing.
We have pastors, and deacons, lawyers and doctors, you know, activists, restaurant owners.
Who are some of your members? Let's go through that. Go ahead, Gerard.
Hey, Donnie, before we go to that, can I piggyback on something that the sister asked about the bonding experience? Because one of the important things we did in the first 6 to 12 months was knowing who we're doing business with, right? That's the importance of having these outings, this function, so that you know who you're doing business with. Because a lot of these brothers didn't know each other coming in. And I think that's one of the biggest obstacles people face coming into an organization, not knowing where do I fit in or knowing what I do. And then you start to find your lane and you can excel in it. But I think that's a big obstacle with any organization, that people come in, especially structured the way we have structured. There's no big I's and little U's in our organization. We're a team, right? And so we have to have these bonding experiences so we know who we're doing business with and how we're doing business with them.
You know, Renny, that takes me back to something I learned years ago, the way business is done in Africa. In Africa, before you get to do business with someone, they want to find out about you. They want to find out who your family is, about your children. Where in the West, it's quite, you know, it's often sterile. We have that, you know, that Western approach. Hi, how are you? I'm Donnie Glover. Pleasure to meet you. This is my product. This is what we're selling. But when you look at it through the Afrocentric eyes, we got to get back to some international customs. Just like Renny, when you go to buy something for in the Middle East, you know, in the Middle East, you never pay what they tell you the cost is. You gotta negotiate the price.
Absolutely. But for real, you gotta do that on North Avenue.
Well, yeah.
So I'm just saying these are skills that we learned in the hood. You know what I'm saying? We take them globally. We take them around the world. You know what I'm saying? But I just want to take the opportunity before we move on, man, because I'm looking at the screen, right? And these two gentlemen, man, are like the poster child of KIOBA, of what KIOBA is all about. You know, you have a realtor, you know, a brother with his own car dealership, you know, you have a brother with his own insurance agency. You know, so these guys are major players in business in the state of Maryland, not just in Baltimore, in the state of Maryland, major players. But they also KIOBA members, man. So this is the essence of what KIOBA is about. Because we can humble ourselves and be a part of a team. We are all giants individually. But to be able to humble ourselves and be a part of a unit that's so, and what our goal is to better Baltimore. You know, our singular goal right now is to better Baltimore. You know, and collectively, we're trying to do that. Now, we all want wealth ourselves. We got kids. We got responsibility to our own families. But we also want wealth ourselves. So we can kind of combine the effort to get wealth ourselves and to help the city that, you know, that and we was born and raised in, as G said, that adopted him. G been here long enough. He Baltimore, man. He Baltimore.
So I wanted to get back to the question of political, if you will. Did you, now, Renny, I know you love politics. Are there any politicians who are a part of this effort?
We purposely did not allow and didn't ask no politicians to join because
Renny, you know all of the politicians. All of the politicians come knocking on your door when they want to get elected. I done watched this over the past 20 years. You can't tell me that they don't.
Yes, but I'm saying that you understand that, you know, the nature of politics, right? The nature of it, right? It conflicts with the nature of KIOBA. You know, when we come into a community to say we're going to do something, we actually mean we're going to do what we say we're going to do. We mean it, and we planning on doing what we say we're going to do, not just to get votes or not just to sell a house or whatever. So the politician's agenda conflicts with KIOBA's agenda.
They be lying, in other words.
Well, you know, I still got to play ball with them, Danny. I still got to play in the sandbox with them. So, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to make no enemies.
Okay.
I'm not as free. I'm not as free to speak my mind as you are, Mr. Glover.
That's why we got Be More News. And so let me say this. Big ups to Black media. Who made the connection with Black Enterprise? It's very difficult to get Black Enterprise to cover stories not found in the mainstream like KIOBA, at least in my experience. How'd you get on Black Enterprise? Is that you, Amari?
Well, we are the Black Enterprise, and KIOBA will be a household name. I know we just hearing about it today, but that's one of the reasons why we're here on this call today, to inform Baltimore that we're here and we're not going anywhere. You know, this group is just going to get bigger and stronger with more and more resources. But now we're just showing people what we've been able to do on our own. Okay, our portfolio has grown tremendously over the past year, and it's going to continue to grow. Black Enterprise, we do want to thank them, you know, for recognizing us, but that's not the only you know, entity in Baltimore as well. We've also been covered by the Afro, you know, so we've also been blessed with the mayor being at our first closing with the first property we sold. And it's just been a pleasure. It's nothing easy about this. This is not easy, but we have committed brothers with one goal in mind, and we looking to get this accomplished by any means necessary.
So here in Baltimore, black people make up 63% of the population. So I guess that makes what? 400,000 black people in Baltimore. Tasemere's in New York City. She and I first worked together on the Black Business Empowerment Commission in Harlem. Now, New York has more black people than Baltimore. You got 8 million people, 25%, 2 million black people. Taz, any thoughts on bringing this program to New York City?
So my gut says, of course, yes. But I think logistically, the mindset here might be a little different than the mindset in Baltimore. Because I feel from listening and talking to folks that are active in Baltimore, you guys are very community orientated. Like, we got to build up our community, and very surrounded by that. I think in New York City, one of the challenges is that there's so many different types of neighborhoods and so many different types of communities that it's hard to get the diaspora of Black people to be on one accord about something. I think that might be challenging because we have so many conflicting interests, and it would be hard to just pick one spot to say, I want to focus on that.
So I just want to say that the goal in New York was to get 22% of the contracts. Right now, Black businesses is only getting 2% of the contracts. And that's what we have in common. In Baltimore, we're getting like 1% of the contracts. Omari, any thoughts on having all of these Black elected officials, but it not translating into economic empowerment for our communities, whether it's Brooklyn, whether it's West Baltimore?
Sure. This is my personal opinion, but this has been going on before I was born. You know what I mean? It's not one mayor, not one person is going to be able to change what's going on in Baltimore. This is a joint venture, a collective effort. You know what I mean? Like you said, no big I's and little U's. It starts with one person in one house at a time. The same structure that we're putting in place here in Baltimore can work in New York City, California, Chicago, all around the U.S. Because it's a ghetto in everywhere in America. This is not something that is not a necessity. And it's nobody coming to knock on our door to save us. I don't have much faith in our judicial system with and rightfully so. And
they specialize in locking us up.
Yeah, they specialize in locking us up, and what we got to do is specialize in not getting locked up. Okay, and there's a lot of other ways and other outlets to do that, and one is through real estate, and that's what we're doing with KIOBA. And not only that, it's the brotherhood. That's very important as well. Of course, there is a financial, obligation. Yeah, it's a financial commitment, but we're not turning away any brothers that doesn't have the finances. Each brother can also have a proxy. So that's like a match made in heaven there. If you have one brother that actually has some money but don't have the time, then we can link him up with a brother who may have more time than money. So there's really no excuses here for anybody. We try to keep that down to a minimum. And
Renny, I just got to jump in, Omari, because you hit on something. Renny, everybody, I ain't going to say everybody, but we still got cats standing on a corner all day and wouldn't work 5 minutes in a pie factory.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, listen, KIOBA is not the answer to every problem in the city.
No, Renny, we got cats that want to spend 10 hours on, brother, they bringing their babies to the corner
But listen,
I don't know about you, but I'm not setting my baby somewhere where they about to pop off with some 38s and 45s and 357s. But that's where we at. We are sitting in lounge chairs, Chase Lounge. The Chase Lounge, you're supposed to be relaxing, not watching Pennsylvania Avenue, brother.
What happens is what we're doing is we're building a platform, right? And this won't happen just like Amazon, Facebook, any other platform that you know didn't start overnight. It just started with consistency. And that's what we're doing. We're gonna have consistency over time. In time, we're gonna have a plan for that. In time, we will have a plan for to get them brothers off the corner because we're going to build our own economic strength. We're going to be able to fund ourselves. So the thing is waiting for somebody to fund us. That's been going on too long. I know too many brothers that got good ideas and good plans. They're waiting on a grant to get started. They're waiting on the government to infuse them with some money so they can go in their own community and save their community.
Renny,
we have to learn how to empower ourselves.
Renny, I want to drop some Black history on you.
Mm-hmm.
Now, there's 3 Black men I want to tell you about. One of them you already know about, but I'm going to tell you some people who were on the scene before him. And by the way, I want y'all to make sure you get a copy of my book, I Am Black Wall Street. Everybody know about Willie Adams.
Absolutely.
But did you know there was a Black man who was running numbers before him?
I did not.
See, you ain't going to get this on Black Enterprise or in the Afro, because we the only ones that report about it. His name, and you can look him up in the Maryland State Archives. You only gonna get this on BMoreNews.com, the news before the news, where we uncover the truth. His name was Tom Smith, and he owned Tom Smith. He owned the Smith Hotel, and Tom Smith was the largest Black hotelier. He owned hotels, largest Black hotelier in the United States. In the state of Maryland, he was the largest contributor to political parties. Back then, we were all Republicans. But then,
who is this?
Tom Smith turned of the 20th century. He lived, you're going to love this, Renny. He was the only Black man that lived in the 6600 block of Reisterstown Road. Now, Taz, you may not know this, but Baltimore is the home of segregation, going back to 1910 when the mayor was J. Barry Mahou. He was the mayor, and he's the one who came up with this. He attempted this ordinance. Pay attention, y'all. And the ordinance said Black people could not move into white neighborhoods, and white people could not move into Black neighborhoods. They did it for the people in Roland Park, because Roland Park was this suburban garden community, and they didn't want no other Black. They didn't want no Black people creeping into their little enclave. Let me tell you this. There was another Black man named Harry O. Wilson. Now, Harry O. Wilson built a community called Wilson Park, and it's off of 43rd and Old York Road. 43rd, Old York Road. Old York Road and 43rd going towards Morgan State. And it's a Black community, and they did the same thing that Roland Park did. They built their own community, and he owned a bank too. He was filthy rich. So there you got 2 people in Black history that you'll never hear about in Baltimore City Public Schools, that if more of our young people knew about Harry O. Wilson and also Tom Smith, and then up there in New York City, Tasemere, you know, I done quizzed you before on the father of Harlem. His name was Philip Payton. Now, he got his first piece of property in New York City, real interestingly. 2 white men were arguing over this property, and he went in and mediated the sale. And that became his first sale, and the rest is history. Philip Payton, known as the Godfather of Harlem. Now, I mention this because I live in Sandtown, and I see more white people interested in buying my house. It's hard to get a sister to come to Sandtown. She want to go to Randallstown, not Sandtown. Gerard, how do we get the sisters involved?
That's a good question. How do we get the sisters involved? It's a lot of organizations that the sisters have for each other. In fact, there's a lot of organizations that cater to the sisters, but that's another story. But we here for the brothers. And I think if we can build the men up, it's easier to incorporate the sisters. Because, you know, as a historian, the city has a lot of benefits for the sisters to not even deal with the brothers.
Brother,
and I think that's part of
it. Help me out. Do I keep speaking to sisters, holding the door for sisters, even when they don't say thank you, boo, or thank you, how you doing? What's up? Taz, tell me about that. Everybody's angry. My daddy would say it like this: I ain't sleep with you last night. What you mad at me for?
Well, I think if we're going to talk about Black women, we're angry for a number of reasons, because it appears that we are in some sort of equilibrium with our counterparts, but in actuality, we are at the bottom of the food chain, and we are supporting dreams and hopes and community involvement in social ills all across America. And we also have to take care of our families, and most of the time we are doing this alone, right? And sometimes we don't have the support of Black men to do what we need to do, and it has a mentality of, you will just figure it out. I don't need to help you. I need to help myself, and you will figure it out. And that's what makes people angry.
Omari, how do we help the friends?
It's love, man. We got to bring back love in our communities, man. You know, and we got to also understand that we dealing with the cards are against us. You know what I mean? The cards have been against us. You know, dealing even back to the property. You know, property when we were still enslaved, properties was getting sold pennies on the dollar, and they were getting bought up by people that don't look like us. So we were left with nothing, you know, still to this day. I mean, the rich gets richer and the poor gets poor. You can ride from Pikesville and just keep going straight down to the city till you pass Mount Darman and keep going straight down, and you can see everything changes. You know, it's a lot of supermarkets and things like that in these counties. It's a lot of healthcare. It's a lot of things that we need in the city. But the further you get in the city, you can find liquor stores everywhere. You can find a bunch of check cashing spots, you know, but you're not finding any supermarkets, anything that's going to help our communities out. And that plays a big part, because that messes with the mental of people. When you're not eating right, when you're not thinking right, when your body's not right, when it plays a big factor on everything.
They got rid of three black supermarkets.
Yes, sir, they did.
Out Liberty Road. That's the upper Legal area. What happened?
I mean, with the minorities, man, you got foreigners, you know, and I love everybody. The people who are coming from different ethnicities, from different countries, coming over here and getting a better head start than the people that are already here. You know what I mean? So we can go on and on and on about the problem, but we're trying to focus on the solution. You know, we're not here to save, you know, the world, but we got to do this at one step at a time. And like Renny said, and like Gerard said earlier with KIOBA, it's going to take commitment. Okay, because without commitment, is nothing going to work, sir. You know, so that's my take on it. But we're up for the challenge. We're up for the challenge.
Omari, I think I'm gonna put it on. Yeah, right. Listen, I think the answer is us working together. I think the answer is collective economics. When I see the Koreans come over here, they got a system. If you just coming in, you got to put in some time. And let me tell you, it's easy for us as Black people to say, oh, we the only ones don't like each other. Not true. Koreans don't like each other. Chinese don't like each other. Russians don't like each other. Jews don't like each other. No different than Black people. Everybody got beef. You got an asshole in every group. But some people got better systems. The Koreans, they do business not just in America, just like the Indians. They do business they will go anywhere. America, the Caribbean, it's almost like they get born to get kicked out of the country to go spread the word somewhere else. And Renny, who you really want to watch is China.
I'm saying, I understand your point, and I agree with that, right? But this is what I say to that, right? KIOBA is a system, right?
Yes,
and the people who hear in this podcast, they understand that you say we need a system. We have a system. Where's the support for the system? You know what I'm saying? And that KIOBA ain't the only system. It's been other people who've tried to bring collective economics to the inner city and bring it to the Black community. But we don't think collectively as business people. But we look at each other as adversaries, how we can get ahead of each other. When we see each other as business partners, like KIOBA do, we see each other as brotherhood, as partners. So I want to see these two brothers and everybody else in KIOBA. I want to see them succeed, because their success is my success. Even if it's in their own individual business. If their individual business is doing well, that's what they're saying. That's what the news is. That individual business is doing well. And somewhere down the road is going to mention that's a KIOBA brother.
Gerard, when I go up Bel Air Road, I see many Black beauty salons. Can you imagine, Mr. Hutchinson, if all of them ordered their beauty supplies from the same place at the same time? If you just took the beauty salons on one side of Bel Air Road, from North Avenue straight on up, and got them to buy their beauty supplies collectively, can you imagine the collective bargaining power? But the challenge is getting all of them beauty salon owners together, because they've been trained to look at each other's competition.
I agree. And so in those situations, you got to offer them something worth having. See, so in same thing, you may have to put in the work to create a situation where the price point of buying it from you behooves them to buy from you. And now, unbeknownst to them, they're all getting it from the same place. So sometimes you just have to take the extra step to make it happen, man. That, sometimes if we had the mentality of a kid that ain't no such thing as no, only a not right now, I'm gonna get what I want, we'll be way more successful, man. And I've experienced this even with insurance. And you talk about racism and different things, you know what that does? All that really do is to influence us not to pursue an occupation or to pursue an option that's rightfully ours.
Okay. So Renny, what's the call to order? As we got like 5 minutes or so. What do you want people to do?
Well, I just want people to recognize when you see this symbol, KIOBA, you see that symbol. I'm on the wrong side. I want them to understand what that is. It's more than just a business; it's a brotherhood. And as I said before, is KIOBA gives a platform for Black men. And then down the road, we have aspiration of letting Black women in as well. But we're not going to turn over a half-baked cake. We got to get KIOBA to the point where it's running where it's supposed to run. Then we'll invite people into it. And right now, the blood on our shoe, we're gonna concentrate on. We're not gonna concentrate the blood on our shoe. We're gonna concentrate on our bloody nose. A lot of times people take and look at what's happening and don't see what the cause of it. The cause of where we at right now is because Black men don't stick together. We don't do economics together. We don't do economics well. So this is the reason that other people come in our community with predatory businesses and predatory behaviors and take our resources out of our community, because we're not strong enough, we're not educated enough, and we're not knowledgeable enough, and we're not connected enough to stop it. But we're capable of stopping regentrification. What regentrification is nothing but people have more money than you and targeting situations and doing things that you are not able to do. When we raise our capital and our dollars,
we are able to do it. We choose not to.
We choose not to, right? Exactly. That's my point. But that's why KIOBA choose to do it. But we understand that we are the minority in thinking, even in Black men. So many black men think that we crazy and they think that they don't have the time. They said I don't have the time for that. What do you have time for? What exactly do you have time for if it's not to collectively come together and change your community?
Do you want people to come to the next meeting?
Yes, we do. We do. We'll be reaching out to Be More News for the times and dates. Today was just an enlightening period to let people know. Donnie, I've been talking to you for years about KIOBA, and I told you I want to keep it under the cuff. I did not want to come on the air. I did not want to speak about it. You know what I'm saying? And the rest of the brothers have been doing the same thing. We've been keeping it under wraps because we've been working. Now we feel like we're in a position to let people know what we're doing. We've built up enough, I'm gonna say, positive energy in real estate, and we're ready to let the world know what KIOBA is about and how people can join KIOBA. We got the end of the year to finish out this first cohort. We'll be on social media. We'll be sending out invitations for people to come out to meetings. So we will be inviting people to come out. Today, Omari and he's a realtor. He has a automobile car lot. G have an insurance business. I would rather wrap up.
Let's plug them. Where your businesses, Omari, and then Gerard.
Okay, so my business is Oil Motorsport. On social media, it's Oil, OIL Motorsport, and that stands for Only in Luxury. It's a small independent car dealership in the Dundalk area, and we cater to everybody. If you have bad credit, we sell cash cars, we finance, and check it out, www.oilmotorsport.com. I'm also with Rollins and Associates, Realtor, and I've been helping a lot of people, sellers and buyers, in the community. So I can also assist you if you're looking to buy a house or you need a car. I'm sorry?
You there with Tammy?
Tammy Rollins, yep, that's my broker. Yep.
Why she ain't been on this? Ask her, man.
I'm gonna get on here, man. She coming on next. But please give us an opportunity. We definitely appreciate it. Check us out. We're very competitive, and thank you for the opportunity.
So Omari, which phone number?
You can reach me directly at 443-577-8200. Again, that's 443-577-8200.
Y'all see how he gave his number? He gave his number like somebody who wants you to text it. You can't be like, one more time, Omari.
Once again, my name is Omari Latif. If you contact me for any housing or car needs, you can reach me directly at 443-577-8200. Again, the number is 443-577-8200. I'll talk to you soon.
Okay. Tasemere, go ahead.
All right, Don. Hey, and this is Gerard Hutchinson doing business as Farmers Insurance. You can find me at Farmers Insurance /G Hutchinson. And I'm located at 10451 Mill Run Circle, Owens Mills, Maryland. But I currently I'm doing just Maryland and Virginia, but I do have access to other states. And you can reach me at 443-272-4012. And even if you just need a second quote or an opinion, there's no insurance too small or too big. I have a staff that can help you with any type of insurance needs you may have, whether it's home, auto, life, investments, etc. Again, my number is 443-272-4012. And that's the G Hutchinson Insurance Agency.
Hey, Donnie, did you ask me about the downtown car to our center? Did you ask me about that? For rentals, for all type of your rental experiences. Did you ask me about that? Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, the downtown car to our center on November Street. For all your rental experiences. Hey, Donnie, I'm going to propose one question before I leave.
We ain't finished with you. Hold up, Renny. I want you to hear this from Taz. Come on, Taz. Do your final plug. And because you need Renny as a judge, because I think one of your judges is not going to be there. So Renny, we need Renny as a judge for the brunch pitch?
Brunch pitch October 4th at Darker Than Blue Grill. If you are interested in pitching, email us at pitch@thebrunchpitch.com. Tickets are available on Eventbrite. Just search Baltimore Brunch Pitch. They'll come up. And you can also follow us at brunchpitch.com.
So, Renny, I want you to know, you see that 1-year-old right there? Eli has been on more shows than most adults. Eli.
That's a future KIOBA member.
Yeah, he is. Hey, Eli.
Say good morning.
We believe in training them early, too. Hey there, soldier. Okay, Renny, you got the floor. Renny, thank you for letting us use the Downtown Cultural Arts Center for our last Black Wall Street event. We were able to bring a lot of people, and they didn't want to leave because the block that you are in, 401 North Howard Street in the old bank, that block is now loaded with other Black businesses.
I like to think I had something to do with that, Donnie Glover.
well, how could Shalonda and Stokes not come through your block, man?
Yeah, absolutely, man. Big shout out for Shalonda and what she's doing for downtown partnerships, man. You know what I'm saying? She's doing a great job, man, and moving businesses in and getting some things moving downtown. So big shout out to Shalonda.
This is the first time we've ever seen that in a majority Black city where we've had several Black mayors, but you know, not everybody gets it.
Well, Black come in different shades. You know that, Mr. Glover.
Some Black ain't Black.
Some Black ain't Black. That's what I'm
Some
saying.
Black the enemy.
Dark gray and Black are two different things.
All right, so Renny, Downtown Cultural Arts Center. I mean, while you're there, we also did a Black Wall Street up in North and Charles. At the shops in North and Charles. And
shout out to the shops in North and Charles, 23 East North Avenue. Arcade of Black businesses, man. We got barber shop. We got clothing stores. We have a beauty shop coming in next month. We have King Renaissance, King Renaissance there. They're doing great things in the community. So 23 East North Avenue, the shops in North and Charles, all Black business, the only Black owned mall on the East Coast. Stop in and check us out.
And this is right across the alley from Odell's. Now,
right across the street.
Okay, across the street. I noticed you didn't mention Dr. Gaston.
Yeah, Dr. Gaston's up on Galwin and Garrison and Grand Falls. We're about to build a medical center up there. Me and Dr. Gaston are partnering to build a medical center on Garrison and Grand Falls, right across from Galwin Medical Center. You know, the conditions of the Galwin Medical Center is forcing the Black doctors out of our community. So we plan on doing something about it. You know, there's a lot of people talking about things, man, but we are doing a lot of action. My KIOBA brothers, collectively and individually, are doing a lot of things in Baltimore, man. And big shout out to all of the brothers and all of the sisters that's doing some things, positive things to move Baltimore forward.
Now, Renny, on the down low, I heard that you are undercover chef.
Well, you ain't hear that. You also been at my kitchen and you ate my food. So I
was wondering, are you gonna be cooking any samples? Because I ain't had no fricassee in a minute.
Yeah, man, we're gonna be doing some pop-ups. You know what I'm saying? And we also.
You don't eat no meat no more. You only do the vegan.
Yeah, I do some fish too. So you know, I hook you up some fish. Listen, we also need to talk about the KIOBA Spinks, man. We're going to be taking over the Spinks Club. You know, we have a opportunity to bring back the Spinks Club. That's coming. We're gonna be making a big announcement soon. KIOBA,
on the avenue.
On the avenue, baby. That's right. That's right. We're taking it back home. We're taking it back to Pennsylvania Avenue. That's right. We're gonna redo the Spinks Club. KIOBA Spinks. So you heard it here, right here on Be More News. We're just revealing it right here on the Donnie Glover Be More News show. KIOBA Spinks is about to go down. We're about to make it happen, and we're 100% engaged, and we are midway through the process of taking it over, and we're ready to do it, man. It's time to bring Pennsylvania Avenue back to its original form, man. That was the hub of Black entertainment. Time to bring that back.
What's one word that we want our young people to focus on before we leave? One word, one thing today.
Brotherhood.
How about you, Amari? One thing.
Brotherhood.
Tasemere.
Resilient.
That's the final word. Thank you for joining us today.
Peace and love, Mr. Glover.
My name's Donnie Glover. Good morning, world.
KIOBA strong.